Snappers? Welcome back to another trailer reaction from Hyper RPG, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I'm very excited about this.
I'm hella excited about this, man.
I remember when we saw the trailer for the first Ant-Man, and
Augustine did not like it.
He didn't like it. I wasn't the biggest fan of the first trailer, but I remember there's a second trailer where it ends with the choo-choo train.
Oh yeah,
running over. What was the villain's name?
Yellow Jacket.
Yellow Jacket. Okay, that's what I thought.
Must have been a very memorable movie for you.
Oh, I thought Yellow Jacket. And I was like, that can't be right because this character has the Wasp, Yellow Jacket. Anyway, but I ended up loving Ant-Man.
Yeah, me too, man.
It was so good.
I'm so excited. Like I already know. There's 3 Marvel movies coming out this year. Yeah. I already know Black Panther's probably going to be the best.
That's all we've heard.
That's all we've heard. But like, I'm going to lose my mind in Infinity War. But I'm also so excited to see Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like, I'm going to love it. It's probably not going to be my favorite. I'm going to love it. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's 3 very unique movies.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird to me that Ant-Man and the Wasp is like the final one of the year. Because we're starting with such a high with Black Panther. We're gonna elevate that with Infinity War, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't really know what that's gonna be.
Well, technically, if you go back to like the phases of Marvel, Marvel Phase 2 didn't end with Avengers.
No,
it ended with Avengers: Age of Ultron, and then it ended with Ant-Man.
That's
and then
true.
Phase 3 was Captain America: Civil War. So
that's
it's
true.
Like,
I guess we'll
see.
see.
I guess we'll see. Okay.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see the Wasp character.
Yeah, me
too. And then to see Michelle Pfeiffer playing the mother to see sort
Lawrence
of like
Fishburne.
Yeah.
And of course, I want to see more of Luis, but I can't wait to see the characters that I like. So,
shall we?
Yeah, man. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Here we go. Finally.
I just have one question. When Cap needed help, if I'd asked you, would you have come?
I guess we'll never know.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of a bummer that no Wasp.
But if you had, you'd have never been caught.
That's true. Fair.
I do some dumb things, and the people I love the most, they pay the price.
Thanks to you, we had to run.
What?
We're still running.
Let's go.
That's amazing. Anthony 2. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Maybe you just need someone watching your back. Like a partner.
Cool. Oh, nice. Oh, that's awesome.
For wings and blasters.
Yeah.
So I take it you didn't have that tech available for me? No, I did.
Play into that. That looks fun.
Oh, what the hell?
That's great. That's
cool.
This is gonna be so much fun. Play into the fact that the Wasp is way more qualified to be Ant-Man than Ant-Man. That's the joke. It's like, oh, I assume you didn't have the wings and the blast. No, I did. Yeah. But I'm not.
You're not qualified. You're garbage.
You could barely ride an ant. Like, no, that's not for you.
It's cool. It's cool to see that we're gonna sort of see what happens with this character post Civil War.
No shit. Because it's very much a sequel to Captain America: Civil War, and there are consequences. He goes underground, and then so does Hank and Janet, I guess. Yeah. His loved ones. The FBI just shows up to like his daughter's house. So yeah,
I'm curious who the character was that we saw that had like these weird.
That's Ghost.
Ghost.
That was Ghost.
Not a character I'm familiar with.
She's going to be an industrial saboteur in this.
Okay.
And Ghost in comic books has usually been a male character and has been an Iron Man villain. Yeah. But again, it's sort of industrial sabotage expert, a guy who's like a spy who will can like phase through walls. So it's like a man who has a suit that gives him the sort of vision powers to be able to phase through walls. So,
that's fun.
Yeah, man. It looks fun, and the music sounded like fun. And just very comic booky, and yeah, they're also pointing out like that's what I love about this franchise is that each movie can be treated like a sequel to, like it's building on what came before. And it's acknowledging the fact that Wasp wasn't in Civil War, and that's a bummer.
Yeah.
But then how do they address that with that line of like, if I was there, you wouldn't have been caught.
Yeah.
And that's perfect.
Which is great.
It's like, Man, that's a good, yeah.
Well, that was my sort of, I guess not really a complaint, but that was sort of the big question mark was why didn't they just put Wasp into Civil War? And I get it. I think maybe they wanted to sort of treat give the character sort of her due and let her
that makes sense.
Be introduced in sort of a more pivotal way in her own movie. As opposed to just being kind of like thrown into Civil War.
Here's Scott Lang. And also, like, the Wasp is here. It's like, that would have been very...
This is cool.
So dope.
Seeing how they really use the shrinking technology to their advantage with vehicles and buildings and all kinds of stuff.
It could lead to such fun.
Yeah.
They went micro with that shot, dude. They were like teeny tiny. It can lead to such fun action sequences. And it's the kind of thing that is like a action sci-fi movie maker's dream.
Yeah.
This power that's just like, dude, okay, let's throw a Hello Kitty Pez.
Yeah.
Let's go under the car and then
fun.
Shoot up
that's
the car.
Super
like
fun.
So fun.
Yeah.
And that's just going to be, again, think back to the trailers for the first Ant-Man versus the final product. How many more cool shrinking tricks we saw.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're going to see a lot more, I hope.
Yeah. And I did hear some people were not complaining, but they were saying, oh, man, we're getting so much positive buzz on Black Panther. We already have so much hype being built up for Infinity War. This trailer was kind of meh compared to them.
Look, it's doing a different thing.
A very different movie.
It's doing a different thing, and I also feel like the rumors that I've heard, the thing we've talked about before is like the subgenre of this is going to be romantic comedy. I don't think they could have
done.
They haven't.
At all.
And I don't think that they could have come out of the gate with their first trailer in a heavily romantic comedy world. Do you know what I mean? Because then people really would have been like, "Wait,
such a big flip.
I thought this was a Marvel movie." So I think that hopefully maybe in like trailer 2 we're going to see more jokes, more. This really felt like it's only a minute 41.
Yeah,
it's not that sweet.
Not that 2:30.
It's not that 2:30. It's a minute and 41 seconds. So it's a lot of like, here are the characters again. The Wasp is the Wasp.
Yeah.
We're going to show you some special effects we've been working on and some sequences we planned out where, like, she's got the wings, and just like how Scott was running on a gun in that first trailer.
She's running on the side of a knife.
She's running on the side of a knife as, like, knives are being thrown at her. Like,
well, and I think the big difference between this trailer and the first trailer that we got for the first Ant-Man movie was because of how rushed that movie was and how late in the game Peyton Reed came in to make that movie. We didn't really get to see a lot of the visual effects that were part of that movie that were sort of going to make up what that movie was going to look and feel like. We got very little glimpses of it. It wasn't until that first kind of like longer 2.5 minute trailer that we saw sort of the full potential what this movie could be. And now, because that they have kind of just carried over that entire crew and that director, it's given them an opportunity to have their first trailer sort of be more visual spectacle.
Yeah.
And I like this, seeing this potentially being the microverse where they go in and they rescue Janet.
Yeah. I mean, this could be the microverse. This could also just be like a microscopic thing that there's just those cool, like, I don't know, tardigrades, like from Star Trek Discovery. Like, it's just a cool little, like, microscopic, weird, gross, no-faced insect thing that is all around the world. It's
you look
on
very
our skin
disgusted as you were
right now.
that.
It's but
it's
like,
gross.
do you remember those movies like Inner Space or like God, what else? I guess there's more like shrinking and then going into a human body movie or TV show. Like all that stuff could be so much fun.
Yeah.
And man, the visual effects look good.
It does look really good, and I think it's so. I love the fact. Because I honestly did forget that she had the wings because of everything that we've seen her in. She doesn't have them.
And the trick is in comic books when the Wasp is normal human size, she doesn't have the wings. They only appear when she goes small.
Yeah.
So all the promotional stills of like Evangeline Lilly in the suit, there's no wings.
Right.
There's no CG wings.
Which I guess is different than what they did in the first movie. Remember the suit was on display and the wings were part
and they
of
were
it.
like, but they're gonna.
I guess it's just like sort of like, well, we're building it.
Yeah,
so
they're gonna chalk it up as like prototype,
right?
Whatever. And
have you heard that controversy about about her suit?
No, what is it? Oh, that it has boob shapes.
Well, not only that, but the fact that like the abdomen looks like a peepee.
No, I haven't. Can you go back? And pause on that?
So the interesting thing about the suits that they did was that I actually like the front of the suits are designed to look like a wasp and an ant.
An ant's head and a wasp.
Exactly.
I think that's really cool. I think when somebody pointed that out and drew the little images on their chests and then put it online, I was like, yeah, that looks great. Yes, she also does have booby like.
Yeah, it's like the chest armor, and it kind of goes down at the abdomen. And somebody flipped the photo like, did nobody in the costume department notice that this kind of looks like a peepee? Which is weird.
Well, I'm curious to see.
We'll see. They probably purposely did not show Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah, that's I forgot.
Cannot wait to see Bill Foster, Lawrence Fishburne, Black Goliath or Giant Man. But the thing about her, like the way that they translated Wonder Woman's comic book costume to the movie was
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Especially with like at the same time that DC Comics over the past couple of years have been like kind of retooling her whole costume to be more sort of practical and like
you can kind of see it there.
maybe.
It's definitely more noticeable in the photo.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
all I know is that it's tricky with the Wasp because she doesn't have an iconic. She is one of the comic book characters in all superhero comics that has changed her costume the most.
Yeah.
Because Janet Van Dyne, I know this is Hope, but still Janet the Wasp was also a fashion designer on the side, so she would literally reinvent her look like every couple of issues, whatever. And I feel like the most iconic look that the Wasp has, if she has one, is a mostly black suit with like a yellow sort of wasp sting kind of design that kind of goes down the front of her body. So the yellow on black. I mean, I think that the suit looks really, really good.
Yeah.
I think that it's still a valid criticism if people and if women are saying there's no reason to have boobies that like if Scott has just like a chest sort of plate, you know, like practical bodysuit
armor
or whatever. Then the same thing can be done to Wasp, and I don't disagree, but I also think like I like the iconic. Maybe
there's a better look at it.
Maybe. I mean,
it's so hard because I think, well, first of all, the thing that I found really interesting was the fact that the suit is not black and yellow. It's more of like a bluish, with some like it's not
dark
really
bluish,
yellow. It's like a lighter, like
dark,
a grayish,
dark gray to yellow.
Yeah.
Is the dress gold? Is the dress black? Is the dress blue? Is the dress white? That's an internet joke from like a year or two ago. Remember that? I don't know. But yeah,
that stuff still hurts my eyes when I try to look at it.
I know. I don't get it.
But yeah, I think overall, I think the suits look really cool, and it sort of just fits in line with like what the other suits have been in all the other Marvel movies.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm excited to see this movie.
I can't wait. And again, it's not going to be Black Panther. Okay,
right.
It's not a movement. It's also not going to be Infinity War, which is like the victory lap of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right.
It's the sequel to Ant-Man, which I cannot wait to see.
Yeah,
we're getting another movie with these characters, and we're going to meet new characters, and Janet Van Dyne's going to be there, and Bill Foster's going to be there, and Ghost. So we're getting more. And then when they get a third one, which I really hope that there's a third Ant-Man and the Wasp, that we just get to see like more of those characters.
And this is a full Peyton movie.
I can't wait, dude, because I love Peyton Reed.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for that guy. I thought he did a great job, all things considered. And I was like super stoked as soon as he got announced that like he was also doing part 2. That like I can't wait to see him hit the ground running and start from the beginning from fresh and to be able to do the thing. Like,
because Edgar Wright had such a big influence on that first movie, and like you see shades of it. And I think a lot of people, some cynical people, were like, "Oh, well, the only reason that it was any good was because it has that Edgar Wright flavor." And I mean, like, well,
let's see.
We'll wait.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
I'm not rooting. I'm rooting for this movie.
Yeah,
and
first one was great.
Like Black Panther is Black Panther, and Infinity War is going to be this epic thing.
They're
I want
very
this thing. I want this to be funny. That's what it should be. It's a romantic comedy.
Yeah.
And the cast are so funny. They're such attractive, funny people.
Yeah.
I can't wait, man.
They were great. Yeah.
All right.
Hector, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on the internet at Hector is funny. Adam?
You can find me at Adam Lavick. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know in the comments what you thought about this first trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp.